Alrighty, welcome back indeed. Now we are in part 7, act 7. So let's go ahead and get started. So pretty much as soon as we go in, we can talk to the NPCs if you're interested in like the lore. I just like to do it so they stop having the exclamation mark on top of their head. Okay. And let's go continue. So pretty much as soon as we walk out, we can go, there's actually a few different paths that you can take after the first area. But I like to just hug the left side. Generally, it'll be over here. In terms of like where we need to go, you can actually get the waypoint here as well. Watch out for those explosions. There it is. But yeah, there's a waypoint right out here, which I actually kind of want to get. There's also, I think, an item over here that we use for something. Let's see if we can get to the waypoint. It'll make things easier later, potentially. Depending on like how lucky you get, but it just makes things easier if you do get the waypoint. But we found one of the exits. Here we go. Here's one of the items in the box, the silver locket. So we can take this to Waylon.
See why I'd want to do
He'll give us a reward. That's one of the items. This one's, it's an optional quest, but you can get a diamond flask off of him. You can get a silver flask for extra damage. You can get this for extra evasion. The one that I would actually want, you can also get some spell suppression and phasing, which lets you go through enemies. The one that I actually think is good to grab is just grab yourself a diamond flask. We're going to be using it later when we actually go for crit. That's actually really good. Okay. So, except for the armor part, the gain flask when we deal critical strike, we're going to want that on basically everything. And now that we've gotten that, it's not bad. That's the item that we kind of wanted. But I want that waypoint. I don't think the waypoint is that far. It's probably right around here. It's my guess. After playing Path of Exile for so long, you kind of learn kind of where things are. If we don't get it, whatever. I'm just going to go move. It's not the end of the world. It might be right here then. I thought it was going to be right there. But this next point, area, we will definitely want the waypoint because it's kind of like the center hub, as you can see. Well, my face is blocking it, but it's kind of like the center hub for this area. You can start to notice our damage is a little bit slacking right now. But our damage will go right back up once we are level 50... What is it? 58.
My mana is gone.
Heck, we might be able to get a 6 link. Probably would have been better to invest into a 6 link versus that amulet. I just really like that amulet, and it had life on it, and it's not the easiest thing to do to get that specific Vengeance Cascade with life on it, and it on top of that, it had life on it. It had 1 resistance, and it also happened to have lightning damage added to attacks, which is like, it's a small amount of lightning damage, but hey, it all adds up, and for 5 Chaos Orbs, it's okay earlier on in the league. Because there's not very many of those, like, talismans that exist. There's the Essence. We haven't seen those in a while. It's like they had them in Act 1, which was great. I think that they should add a lot more to Act 1 and 2. Oh, we didn't kill all of them? Where's the... Oh, we didn't even open this up. You have to click on that a couple times. So we're killing the other enemies. That one was very tanky, though. And eventually, once we get enough intelligence, we can run the... Hydrosphere. And that'll give us a much more huge amount of damage. But yeah, our bow will get up pretty soon. Remember to keep activating when you're flashed. Okay, we got a 6-socketed. Unique. What is it? What is it? The Realm Shaper. It's actually not too bad. I just can't use it for my class. So this area is blocked, but we'll access it later. Yeah, we got the... I was going to double check if we got the waypoint. Either way, we don't go down here. That area is blocked off for now. There's actually 2 different areas that we can go to. We're going to go through the Felshire Ruins. We can get some stuff over here. Sometimes on the map it kind of tells you where things are, via like the direction. So this one's kind of going to be down and to the right. I just look at my like notes because I have some notes on like about how far we should be, so I have enough time to like explain like other mechanics in the game. It should be like down to the right. Not playing Flicker Strike. I'll think about doing it later. The thing is that to league start Flicker Strike, someone else came by and yesterday was talking about it too, and they were like, you know, everyone tells me it's a bad idea. Well, yeah, it's a very bad idea. So you need to shock ground. All right, there we go. The Crypt. So what are we looking for in the Crypt? We're actually trying to solve the Trial of Ascendancy in this area. That was really fast. The reason why I like that one where one of the, it's called the Pantheon, our thing will regen here as long as we haven't like used one, and sometimes like you already used one before going in here. If you want to make a lot of these real easy, you can get a stone golem instead of your ice golem and summon it.
So that all may
there's an elite there, but it's fine. Right now, I just want to get to the end game as quickly as possible. Go find a sarcophagus. We're gonna go to the Crypt.
I'm not up to that just yet.
It's actually still called the Crypt, but it's kind of like level 2. There's an elite that we can eliminate over here. Watch out for those explosions. Those can be really dangerous. So it's the Container of Sins, the map. So once we get the map, we're done with this area. Now we're going to go back to the other area. Now we're going to get some more HP. We can't go over 2200, I think is the number right now, right? Actually, it might be different. Let's see, what's our current accuracy? Oh, it's 3500. Oh, we are like just through the roof. Oh, we're like way good. I don't know what else gave me more accuracy. Did we have accuracy on this? I don't know. Alright, so going back to the crossroads right after we get the map, and we're going to go up. Chamber Sins level 1. Thanks, Sona. I'm glad you enjoyed this new background. I really love my new background, specifically these new tiles. Wow, lots of coral reeds. So now that we have this map, we can insert the map. Pick up all the Unsealing Orbs. We're going to want a lot of these for later. The automatic crafting of the flasks is really nice. Ooh, spiked bottles. Alright. Where the heck do we go to the center? We go all the way around. So now that we have the map, we're gonna could talk to this guy, but what we do is we get the map that we had, put it in here. This is basically like kind of the form of like a teaser to what the end game is like. We're really close to being able to use this. I don't think we need this because this has immunity to shock, so we'll use it for this shock. So we click on one of the portals that opens up. How it's supposed to work, I'm not sure if it actually does it in the campaign, but if you die, it closes one of the portals in like the end game. In this one, I don't know if it actually does it. But basically, when you get towards the end game, you open up a map. It's got 6 maps, and if you fail all 6, goodbye the map. But don't worry, it's really not that big of a deal. Like if you're dying 6 times per map, you done goofed. But if you're following this build, you'll be a-okay. It's no problem. There are going to be certain boss fights that may be a little bit more challenging. Ooh, lots of items. Diffuser. Ooh. Those are called strong boxes, and I love strong boxes. They are my favorite league mechanic in terms of like selecting what league mechanic that you want to engage with on the second Atlas passive tree. It's kind of like a second tree. You have like your passive tree, and then you have like your map passive tree. So now we're going to find the workshop. We go in, and we find a boss. Spider. and some more of these. And we could be on the lookout maybe for a 5-link version of our armor. I just love this armor so much. Because again, there's like very few things in this entire game that are going to give you 30% move speed on the chest piece, like for like lower levels. We just gotta maintain to be full HP at all times, which eventually we're gonna get this like 2% life recovery on kill, so it's really easy to maintain with the exception of bosses. But we still have some life leech, and since the build doesn't take too much damage, shoot once, move, and we'll be okay. Our poor golem died. We summon him. Go, and now we have the black venom, and now we get to go back out, and then we can talk to him, and he's going to give us the obsidian key, which allows us to pass through and get to level 2 of the Chamber of Sins. I forgot if we did the trial in the Chamber of Sins. Oh no, it's in Chamber of Sins level 2. Okay, so we did the Crypt trial. And now there's another trial here. Oh, this thing kind of just sucks you in. We're gonna go store it for later. So we're looking for level 2 of this area. But with the Vengeance Cascade, even if we don't one-shot them, as long as we shoot once and it one-shots them like after, essentially, it's okay. Oh, it's always on the side of the waypoint. Ah, thank you. I appreciate that. There's always things to learn. I didn't even see that like little sliver. But what are you league starting H for? If you're playing this league? I believe we got the waypoint. It doesn't really matter if we get this one or not, though. Alright, there we go. So now we get to go to Chamber Sins level 2. You're playing Absolution. Ah, nice. Ooh. I played that last league with Doriani's prototype. Played like everything. Oh, there's another hideout if you want to grab a hideout over there. Oh, there is the Trial of Ascendancy right there. The thing that's really unfortunate with running or it's not necessarily Absolute, but anything that's running Doriani's prototype is Mana Siphon. So what Doriani's prototype does is you try to get as much negative lightning resistance as possible, which this league might be a lot harder to do. I don't know if the lake mechanic. I know that they said that the rings, that like unique ring is still going to be in here. Oh, we didn't even get the. Instead of going this way first, I want to do the Trial of Ascendancy, which is down this way. Oh, you're trying it for bossing? Ah, yeah, for bossing it can definitely be good. But it's like that Mana Siphoner, like, you cannot fight those. You get literally touched by it. You're just dead instantly. There's really no going toe-to-toe with any of those. But anyways, going back to what does Doriani's prototype do? It makes it so your lightning resistance is, or your enemy's lightning resistance is the same as yours. So you try to get as much negative resistance as possible. And you can convert some of the damage you take into other things, which is a way to like counteract it. Did not hit that? Oh, we gotta go all the way around. There we go. I was just taking all the damage. One thing I miss with playing like Elementalist is all these puzzles become such a joke with the Elementalist, because you get all that increased effectiveness of the golems, and you can just have an insane amount of regen without even putting any points into regen. We got 3 of them done. And we do Act 8. Like basically right before, we're going to be doing the next Ascendancy, which will give us Chain. And we will remove this bow, which has chain on it. But this one has double chain, which is, like, good. But 1 chain, I think, is okay enough. But this specific chain that you get on the Deadeye Ascendancy is a little bit better because it gives you the ability to chain off of walls. So if you shoot and it hits a wall, it's going to bounce off the wall and hit them again. Kind of. I say kind of because there's certain like rules to it. And it's 20% chance. Alright, nice. Now we recover life on kill, which is excellent. So we're in the den now. At this point, do we really need all these essences? I don't think we really need it. Like, later down the line, we will want essences, and you can technically upgrade your essences, but to upgrade them from such a low tier is usually not worth it. But we're going to kill this one since I've got it halfway down already. But essences are great if you don't like to interact with trading, because they're one of the best ways to like guarantee some sort of result, especially on like fractured items. It's super good, because then you can guarantee basically 2 results, and then you can craft one, which almost gives you half of the rolls on the item. But you can see on the bottom left, our reward is armor. Armor is like whatever. The only one that people really get excited about is currency. The divination card one I think could be okay, but pretty much if it's not currency, it's a whatever reward. It's forward. Some chromes, but we still have 2 skill points to respec at any time when I want to go into crit. Or I'm gonna have to get a new item. We're gonna need to at least equip the. Oh, we got currency as one of the rewards. Okay, so we're going to continue doing this. Normally, I'd just be like, okay, whatever, end it. But once we get to the second tier, oh, it's on the other side. Unlucky. But as we kill more enemies, it's going to build up. And we get more rewards. Hopefully this still goes. Oh, awesome. Okay, we got 2 rewards. It's very unlikely that we get another one, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the delirium. So 2 chromes, 2 jewelers. Not bad. I'm just gonna go straight to that end. What's funny is these arch nemesis monsters are actually surprisingly still stronger than a lot of like the end game bosses. So this way was blocked, but now we can go over here. And oh, it's Danig. So Danig's currency can be converted into other currencies, which is like okay. If we go to him, we can exchange items for other items, which makes it kind of worth it because we have 2 more Chaos Orbs potentially from Tujin. So artifacts from monsters are good. This is increased rarity. I want to start off with that one. Additional rare item is like whatever. I don't really care about that. We'll get this as a reward, and we just grab these 2. So you want to get as many rewards as you can without it saying, like, let's say, immune to, like, all the elements. Like, if you make it immune to fire, lightning, and cold damage, then it's no good. Make sure we click on all the little chests. We get these little artifacts. Tujin is the one that you care about. The rest, I mean, I like doing Danig because he can convert, but sometimes people don't want to bother. So, like, if I go to exchange items, I remember I needed the lesser Black Scythe artifact. I just remember that off the top of my head. So I'm just going to get as many of these as possible. So if I just click this, it's going to go maximum, and then we buy them. And then now, what I can do is I can go back. I think these are all of them in town. I know they're in Act 1. They actually put them all in every single town. Okay. We just click on Tujin, go to Haggle. This, he wants 43 Black Scythe artifacts. I mean, if I want to, I'm just going to go and give him 19.
I can't go that low.
Okay. I don't want to go too low with that one. And if I want to refresh what he's got, I have to actually get what's called an exotic coin. The rest of the stuff, there's not really anything here that I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want. Getting the Orb of Regrets. Ideally, the things that you want, Chaos Orbs, Divine Orbs, Exalted Orbs, Orb Alchemies, Scours, Regrets, those can be okay. But like, don't worry too much about getting like Whetstones. Whetstones are like basically nothing. The Divination cards can be okay as well.
One less.
Oh, we have a reward over here. We have no room. It's fine, let's go sell some of these items. This was for Chromatic Orb. That was just because it has sockets. I don't know if Realm Shaper is actually worth anything. It could be worth, it's worth 1 alchemy. We don't need this I'm just going to throw some of these in my stash. I'm going to keep that there. We will use that eventually. I'm just going to move everything here. Just throw it in the stash. We'll worry about the stuff later. We got one of our first, I think, divination cards. Do we have another one to level this up? No. Oh, we could level up elemental weakness, though. And, unfortunately, Hydrosphere, we still lack the intelligence. Okay. So, we'll work on that later. Okay. And, we can talk to Sin, I guess. Go back to the Ashen Fields. Alright, so yeah, we got those extra Chaos Orbs, which is nice. 20 minutes. We were blazing through this act super fast. What build am I going for endgame? So I always like starting off both for Venomgyre. I might go Venomgyre. It's kind of like up to what I feel like the League mechanic is going to be best for. And I actually really like Tornado Shot for killing stuff super far away. But I don't know, it depends also how easy that resolve thing is, because if we can get like so much resolve that we can get hit and it doesn't really matter, or other things, or if we just get good and not take any damage via like so much movement speed with like Whirling Blades and Venomgyre, because you can move incredibly fast with Whirling Blades to the point where like the AI might not be able to detect you fast enough, if that makes any sense. Because there is a legitimate strategy with PoEs just to get so much damage that like you kill everything before the AI can register to attack you, which is the Flicker Strike strategy. But it's not that easy to do earlier on. You need to obviously get as much currency as possible. I just feel like going for claws early is a lot harder than getting Roth's Reach with the double chain. It just makes things so easy with Lightning Arrow. Kill this boss. And he's gone. So now we go to the northern forest. So we have 2 different areas that we can go to. And we get an extra skill point. And we go back to town. I mean, I guess we got the waypoint right now. Sure. Sometimes if the skill point gives us extra movement speed, I'm like, okay, I want to get this ASAP. But if it doesn't, then I'm just like, I could wait on it. It's not that big of a deal. Oops. I don't think you need this quest. This quest is not necessary. You just place it in a certain like area.
Go with courage.
I don't do it. Because he's gonna rip him. Alright. Okay. So now we can get up to 3,000 HP. Perfectly fine. But then we're going to lose some extra accuracy. Which, if I want to get the accuracy node, I can do it. To make up for it. Because once we hit level 58, we're going to lose... we want 3 green. So we're going to lose out on 200 accuracy. Select this, and once again we're going to do this reroll thing. Keep it for later. The prototype is usually pretty expensive. It was super expensive last league. Then we go over here. Now it doesn't really matter which area you get to. You can get to the Dreaded Thicket, or you can go to the other area first. Sorry, my face is blocking it. Either the Dread Thicket or the other one. Either way, you have to go to both. So what we're looking for is specifically fireflies. I forgot how many you actually have to collect. I believe it might be 6 or 7. Or just go until there's no more. That also works. There's also a boss that we can kill here. That'll send him the giant AoE. But since our movement speed is so good, we can clear it out so fast. Doesn't really matter. I don't really care about picking up those rogue markers for now, as I don't really care about the heist mechanic, because I can do the new league mechanic relatively fast. Heist is a mechanic that we'll show off later, but it can be very rewarding, especially since our character is so fast. In theory, heist would be a fantastic thing for us to do, but I don't really care to do that mechanic. And in the end game, you get to kind of choose on what you want to do in terms of like what type of playstyle, what kind of things do you want to engage with. I think this will be the last firefly. Oh, okay, now we got all. So let me go. Was it 6? Or 7, yep. Okay, I was pretty close. I said it was like 6 or 7. So there's a boss that you can kill in here at Growthful. We need to get some more damage here, which we will. At 2 levels, we get our massive. We're doubling our more than doubling our DPS actually. And the reason why it's more than double is because we will have the extra gem slot. Not only do we have massive amount of elemental scaling in terms of damage. Also, we should be getting a Hydrosphere pretty soon, which will apply another. It's at least like 11% more damage. Okay, it's gone now. We can go back to town, and we're gonna actually use the waypoint. If we want to talk to him, we get a reward, a skill point over here.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
And that one was the which was it? Oh, we're gonna talk to Whalem. Listen, there we go. Kishara's Star. So that one will be another skill point. So we're gonna do that one, and we need to do. Oh, the reason why I didn't complete, I was like, what the heck? Where's that one? So that was Queen of Despair. So that's gonna give us another skill point. And we already did Master of a Million Faces. That's the boss, and that one also gives us a skill point. And then next up, Kishara Star will give us a skill point, and then we just have to fight the final boss. So we have 2 extra skill points. So there's extra crit strike chance and accuracy, but there's another node that I actually like to get earlier on, since we do have the precise technique, which makes it so we cannot crit. Later we can respec and choose which one we want, but I like the extra accuracy right now. This gives us a plus 100 at the very end. This gives us an increased global accuracy rating and another 100. They're both really good, but we don't benefit off of getting crit chance right now. So we can get this if we want to get more damage. Well, it's attack speed, which makes it so you do more damage. And then also if you want to get some extra reservation efficiency on precision, which right now it reserves 135, we'd be cutting that in half with 100% efficiency. So we'd have an extra 70 mana, which actually wouldn't be that bad to grab as well. But what were we going for? We can get more HP if we want to. That is another option. Down here, if you want to get point blank for 2 points, this would actually give us 30% more damage if we want to be point blank on an enemy. I don't really like it until we get like the ability to hit an enemy and with a crit and knock it back. That's another option that you can get. But there's a lot of crit nodes. In fact, if you could just type in like projectiles, if you're looking for more damage, projectile damage. I actually like getting Aspect of Links. You can grab these because this is also accuracy and it's also some bow stuff. Again, I just really love getting as much attack speed and movement speed as possible in the very beginning. But with 2 points here, we can finally use our Hydrosphere, which is going to give us massive extra damage. And we actually need to scale some sort of intelligence. We'll get it on our gear later, but it's good now because I can finally start using my Hydrosphere, which is something I've been talking about, which will apply exposure, and it's going to give us massive extra damage because the projectiles can now chain to it. So let's go ahead and level up these gems. And now I'm going to use Hydrosphere when the time comes. So we're going to activate Hydrosphere on R, and we can go back to the Northern Forest. So what Hydrosphere does is it throws a sphere, and we can shoot it. And, well, I guess there's a half speed. Oh, you know, Hydrosphere took a massive nerf. You can only be hit once every second now. It used to have no limit, and it was kind of overpowered because you would just throw it down, and anything that would chain off of it was excellent. But it's pretty cool because you throw it down and you just do damage to it, and then it'll apply. Well, actually, go over it. Cold. It just does a bunch of. Let me kill this enemy, then I'll mouse back over it. So you create a sphere, and if you already have one, it's going to move the sphere in another location, and you hit it, and it's going to pulse. So if I hit it with lightning damage, it's going to pulse for lightning, cold, or whatever it gets hit for. So it's basically just used for it existing, and you can hit it. It used to be really good because you could keep on chaining off of it. Like there was no cooldown, and it was just a massive DPS increase. It basically like doubled, or even more than that, because it can apply exposure. But now, I mean, once every second you get an extra attack, which is still great, by the way. Whoops! Oh, you got got sucked up by this thing again. We'll do this later because we're blazing through this act. So if I throw it down, you can start hitting it, and it's just going to pulse for extra damage. And on top of that, it applies exposure, so they just take more damage. This guy's way too tanky. I'm just going to skip out on them. And sometimes that can be a thing with these arch nemesis modifiers. Like, if you don't want to do them, it's fine until like you're one-shotting things. Because we're still doing pretty good. I mean, most of the things, look at that. We're just one-shot, destroyed it. But later, Hydrosphere will be automatically casted. Make sure you still have your Fireflies. What we're actually looking for here is a quest item called Kishara Star. It should be somewhere in the causeway. Usually, like, you can't miss it because it's just on the path. I almost want to say it's impossible to miss it. I don't think I've ever missed it. But just look for, like, a yellow exclamation mark. That's right here. But if you get to the Vol City and you don't see it, well, it's unlucky. We're going to go ahead and deliver it real quick.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
And then we get a skill point. With the skill point, we are going to get more evasion. And this is going to give us evasion and life. It's really great. And we shall continue. And if we want to get more damage, there's another node for more damage very soon. But we're going to get massive extra damage. Like I said, we're doubling our DPS. But this is also a great set of nodes over here. It gives us penetration, which basically is like a huge amount of extra damage in case they have resistances. But 3 nodes over here, so 24% increase elemental damage, and then 10% penetration, which is the big one. And then this one will apply another 8%. It's not really worth taking. There's like 10% of physical extra damage, which is okay, but I actually really like getting the increased effect of non-damaging elements, which is the effectiveness of shock, which, what's the exact number again? 40%, yeah, that's a pretty big number. Because shock, like, if I shock the enemy, if I can mouse over it, oh, they take like 30% more damage. Another 40% of 30 is massive. It's great. So that's one thing that we will want to do. Ooh, what just dropped? Transportation. It's 3. I guess I'll go back for 3. We're just going to be blazing through the content. So what we're looking for in the Vol City. This area is very, very large, by the way. Usually it's like somewhere in the middle. But I don't know how, like, sometimes, okay, so it's probably just going to be, like, this way. But I'm still going to kill enemies as we kind of progress here. I really wanted to use this bow before the boss. It's 2 levels. I think we can maybe get that. Maybe more this way. Yeah, she's about in the center. Usually, okay, there we go. So, center. We talk to Yina, and then she catches on fire, and we collected the fireflies. So we're not gonna get a. This is not corrupted, right? We want to get a jewel that says immunity to corrupted blood. Ideally, that's like the only thing that may kill me in this playthrough at this time. But there hasn't been really anything that had corrupted blood other than in Act 1, which was like very mean that they put corrupted blood in Act 1, because to get immunity to corrupted blood in Act 1 is just like, it's not possible, or realistically. Like, I think they should look at the patch notes. Sometimes they'll do that within the first week of like a league launch. They'll be like, oh, my bad, guys. Probably shouldn't have put this in here. Usually they make the game easier as time progresses. They very rarely will nerf something to the ground unless it's like an exploit. Their damage is still really good. Can't wait to use our new bow. I think we have what, 2? Do we have? I think we still have 2 Chaos Orbs. We might be able to buy a bow that's better than this one. Heck, it might even have lower requirements, but I'll do it once we get to the boss. We haven't been doing the Sanctum archives. Let's go ahead and actually do this because I want to see what rewards we're getting as like the level increases. So starting right off, what do we have? Golden Smoke on entry. Warned 40% reduced movement speeds. Ooh. I don't really like reduced movement speeds. I'll take like we can't see like the next room. Like movement speed is what I built my character on. What's up, Riv? How you doing? Finally. Okay. Look at this. Like, it's weird that we can like do some of these rooms without even killing things. Like, it's like too easy. It's too easy. I don't know if some of these rooms are intentional to like just bypass the entire like mechanic. All right. So so we can't see what the rewards are. Oh. So does it affect only one? Okay, that could actually be very dangerous. Because you don't know what you're walking into. Okay, we won't take that one again, but the whole thing with this is it's supposed to be a roguelike, which usually roguelikes, it's a death learning experience, which is kind of how Path of Exile has always been anyways. Let's throw the Hydrosphere down over here. We want the Hydrosphere ideally right next to them.
Unusual.
Ooh, nice. That's like a new upgrade that we can put in our thing. I don't know if it's worth killing these bosses or not. And we lost like 50 resolve on that one. So I'm thinking these sentries are going to actually be a lot more valuable. I mean, great if they dealt damage too, but I've got the Mirage Archer continuously dealing damage too, which is great. Okay, where's the exit here? Oh, we didn't complete the room. Oh, it's like one enemy. Oh, it's because this is another, like, elite. I think how it works is if there's elites, we gotta kill the elites. Ooh, that one popped and hit me for, like, 50 resolve. Did big damage. Alright. Wait, what's going on? Oh, it just... Ooh. I'll take the Chaos Orbs at the end of the floor. If we can get this, that'd be awesome. Oh, we have 3 more store. Oh, we still can't see what the rewards are. That's so dangerous. But does it like tell us when we get? No, it doesn't even tell us after. We like enter the room. Oh, so those I'm guessing do damage. I'm guessing we have to kill this elite or unique boss. This is why I'm thinking totem builds would be really great for this league, because like you can throw the totem ahead and just let the totem tank all the damage. He's got like some sort of like energy orb following us as well. Oh, that was really bad. Wait for that to pop. I thought it popped once, but it pops like 3 times. Alright, we got the exit. I don't know if there's a point of killing these. The whole area is supposed to give you an insane amount of XP. So that's what I was calling. Okay, we got a fountain. Cover 25% of result. That's awesome. Whew. Okay, let's keep on going. Alright, so the next one.
Are you new here?
Unhallowed Amulet. The merchant has 50% fewer choices, 50% reduced resolve recovered. Monsters have 30% increased attack, casting move speed. I like this. I mean, I don't even know where we're going to get a merchant, if we're even going to get one. And this guy here, that Varaketh is an easy boss. I feel like out of the bosses, he's the easiest one so far. Tell me this is one of the best seasons of PoE. Oh, to answer your question, Rip, it's a pretty decent one. Like it's exciting for me at least, because it's kind of like what I would consider a skill-based league versus like a number. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have enough damage, you'll just destroy everything anyways. But you still have to dodge the mechanic. It's not my favorite league of all time. Is still like right now. It's still gonna be Blessed Orbs. Okay, what that does is it changes the implicit. So I'll take that because I don't really care about an orb binding. So like for example, any implicit. So if I hold Alt, it tells me basically implicit is like the first line of the thing. It re-rolls that number, is what that does. So some of them you'll see they have no implicit. The game devs wrongs the right. Oh, this is much better than Calandra League. You know, I've seen a couple tweets and stuff. People are like, Calandra League was better than this. I'm like, okay, you're trolling. There's no way. This league is actually like fun. Like the last league, it looked cool, but like Arch Nemesis was a pain. The loot was a pain. I'd say this league you get way more loot. Way more loot. They said they didn't change it apparently, but I can definitely tell you, maybe my luck is just better this league. But I'm enjoying this a lot more than Calandra. And that's great. Ultimatum will still be the #1 league though. It's just because you get in, you get out, and the rewards were like phenomenal. And they scaled, like the way that the difficulty worked and the risk was great. Ooh, dang. That's pretty hard too. I hit for like 50. But the reason why I like Ultimatum so much is there was a risk and a reward. The risk was obviously, you might get nothing. The reward though, pretty big. So we're going to grab this one, which actually gives us extra spell suppression. What's your spell suppression chance? Spell suppression chance 24. You can see that number right there. So that means when we get hit by a spell, we have a 24% chance to make it so it does 50% of the damage. Which we're going to have 100% of it, which therefore makes it real easy. Now we got to go back to this area. Because I think we ran out of the things. But we're 1 level away from the... Ooh, we're going to watch out. That pop stun is big damage. I think we have our Chaos Orb. We can get Rat's Nest. I'd rather get Starkondris, which requires us to be level 60. Which we lose out on the movement speed, but we gain 100 life. Which I think we could just...
That was a juicy one, Exile!
We can get... we can get another helm with just 100 lives. Really not that big a deal. Or we could look at Devoted Devotion to see the price on that. So we can get movement speed and attack. And we deal less physical damage, but damage doesn't matter. Can I do a tier list of all the PoE seasons? Ooh. That would be kind of fun. Alright, so I put Talisman League on, like, bottom. Ultimatum, obviously, #1. I think Expedition was okay. I mean, Expedition came with a bunch of nerfs, but the actual, like, idea of it was kind of cool. There's new bosses. I'd say Lake is kind of towards, like, the middle. Well, I mean, the thing with Lake is, like, the loot was really bad. So is it the mechanic, or is it, the same patch that it came out in? You know, go to level 2. I want to try to level up so we can use the new bow. Talisman was a pretty early league. So Talisman were, like, these little, like, amulets that would, like, roll, but they were like almost all bad. Like they were just like none of the things were good. I wasn't really a fan of Incursion, but like it's like rewarding to the people that want to do it. Yeah, go for it. I'd have to look at all of them to remind myself because I don't remember every single league's name on top of my head. Oh, I thought Metamorph was kind of cool. Or like you get to build up a super boss monster that would just... Then later they're like, you know, remember those Metamorph monsters? In Arch Nemesis, they just were like all over the place. Well, actually, when they made Arch Nemesis monsters just appear in the game, that was painful. Because like, it felt like no matter how tanky your character was, just random yellows would be stronger than endgame bosses. Imagine you're just playing this and you have like endgame bosses that just spawn out of nowhere and they do like 10 times the amount of damage that the boss does. It was way overtuned and they nerfed it so many times, and then they finally said, alright guys, we heard the complaints, we're basically taking them out. And now this is a league where we don't have them in anymore, which is great. It's a great change. Phenomenal change. We're halfway from leveling up. We gotta... I don't think we can take... Yeah, you can't take it. Wait, you can take in a shrine? Oh, this is big. I don't know which one does what, because we got that smoke thing, so we're just going. Oh, you don't get to keep your aura. Or your shrine. Oh, we have... Okay, so this one has a quest that says defeat all the guards. So yeah, I think the Oh, this is all the guards. We don't have to eliminate all these white monsters. But the white monsters are super powerful here. The white monsters are stronger than the guard elites. That sometimes, I'll be honest, Path of Exile, the first week, there's no way you tell me that the white monsters are stronger than the unique guards that have special abilities in terms of HP. Something ain't adding up here. But I mean, tactically, how I feel is these monsters, like I said, they were stronger than the unique. I mean, maybe we have some sort of modifier that changes that, but yeah, I'm so glad we have all this movement speed, and I cannot wait for Crypt's knockback, because what this means is I can literally go to any melee monster and just never get hit by it, because it cannot touch me unless it jumps. Which apparently I heard that there was Flicker Strike eventually, which is it's unfair because it just literally they teleport towards you, and they just hit you. You can't you can't move out of the way. They just get you. Ooh, get that. Boom. Ooh, you can see additional room ahead of the Sanctum map. But that doesn't matter. Because, we got that cloud negative effect where we can't see ahead of us anyways. But yeah, we can look for... well, Sarconjas we can't even use now. I was going to buy a Rat's Nest. If you want to get a helmet, you can look up Rat's Nest. It's pretty cheap. It'll give you way more defensive stats. It technically gives you more offensive stats, but we can't use the crit. Oh, wait, is the exit right here? I can interact with this one. Get that sulfite. Oh, that one's going down. We gotta go up. But if we go up and it's the boss, then we will reset the instance, because we're 70% of the way there. And I would rather get the next level up. So I think we maybe started out over there. Ooh. Oh, it ignites us as soon as we go activate it. Some boots. I'm actually pretty satisfied with our boots right now. I don't even have the Hex Touch support, which is usually something I get. But now that we have Mark on hit, though, it's so great. What we would like to get is a Curse on Hit ring, but I need to increase my curse limit by 1. Our rings are absolutely terrible, so we should probably get a change on those. Oh, level 1. Wait. Oh, sometimes, though, the stairs lead you to different areas. We can go through this one. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go to level 2, but I'm going to open up a new one. So I'll get a brand new tile set here. So I can kill everything again. 84%. Let's get that next level. We're going to go back to town, and we're going to modify some colors, and hopefully we hit it. The chances of hitting it aren't that bad. We just need to get... we have cold damage in our build, right? 1%. As long as it's chill, we can throw in hypothermia for like an easy 20%. Sometimes you go down and then you'll go up, but in these it's not always go up, but usually what you want to look for going up. Oh, there's some posters. I'll check those out in a moment, Riv. But thank you. There's some new PoE posters that got released or something for the new league. Some new wallpapers. I like to use a lot of those for like thumbnails. Woo! We got the next level up. I think we're coming up to the boss. Oh, I wanna get this upgraded. And are we at the boss? Okay. So let's go to open up this because I wanna equip my new bow before we enter in and fight this new boss. Well, for the Forbidden Sanctum, because I want to see the reward that we're getting for the next level here. All right, so. Oh, we got that. That's really cool. That'll be helpful in the next one. Leather belts are kind of nice sometimes for extra HP, but I really want this for the damage right now. So we can finally use this, and we're going to try to get 3 greens on it. We're going to lose out on our chain, but, I mean, I do really want the chain, but we're going to get it on our ascendancy soon, and I'd rather get this now, even though chain is, technically this like almost It's hard sometimes to calculate the chain damage, but overall, once we get the +1 chain, this will outclass us 100%. But off of just base attacks, this will be faster on killing smaller things. This, in theory, because this is 5 link, it will give us more damage though. But here's what we need to do. We need to use our chromatic orbs. We need 3 green. 3 green. And then like a red and a blue would be the ideal. We're just going to keep on hitting it. I believe. There we go. It's not that difficult. So what we want to do is throw lightning arrow. We want lesser multiple projectiles. We're going to drop the faster attacks. We're going to run Mirage Archer still. And our Summon Ice Golem needs to be moved somewhere. Ooh. Where can we move it? Grace, Barrage support. Okay, we don't have to have Barrage right now. Throw Ice Golem in there. Now we're going to remove this. Put that in there. And if I want to sell this for a Chaos Orb, sure, I can do it. Just going to destroy this. I don't need this. And then we want to take that added lightning. Oh, where is it? Elemental damage. And then, where's that added lightning? Oh, I had that on that one. Okay, that's fine. I don't really need it for Siege Bow. Heck, I can throw the... I don't have another blue. Okay, well, that's fine. Now we get a decent amount of extra damage. I don't remember what the damage was beforehand, but this is going to be a lot more damage for sure. Alright, awesome. So, great extra amount of damage. And then, where's our Hydrosphere? Oh, it's right there. I'm going to put it in here, because I'm going to probably replace the gloves before replacing this. Getting another amulet with Vengeance Cascade that has life, that's really cheap. Yeah, not the easiest thing in the start of the league. Alright, so I'm done with these chromatic orbs. I'm going to put these back, and we have some extra damage now, which is awesome. How much damage does this added lightning damage give us? Oh, okay. It's like 600. Alright, and we are going to go in here. We do got to double check on something real quick. My accuracy rating is 2,800. Okay. I had to make sure we still have enough accuracy. Okay, so now we're at the boss. I think we can manage this. Resummon our golem. Let's get ready for the boss. We have our auras up. Yeah, this is one of the easier bosses, I want to say. But, you know, as the monster level increases, they could get new abilities and stuff. So apply that exposure. Ooh, moved out of the way.
Your will is weak. It's almost endearing.
Ooh, that thing is just all over the screen. So again, sometimes there's a trial by fire with PoE. Oh, he's breathing that fire. Okay, so he just does a 360 with the fire. Just trying to like look at his like movement. Ooh, he jumped on us.
Will deal with you.
Oh, we got him. Nice. So we got the quiver. Let's see if we get an upgrade here. Alright. I mean, there's no really... I guess we can check out these gloves. Maybe. There's probably a pretty slim chance that they're better. Nothing good on terms of drops, but like I don't expect to get anything good in drops. I just want those once rewards, the currency items and stuff. 2 fusers right now. Ooh. I'll take the double fusers right now. 2 chaos orbs right now. Oh, yes. Ooh, then we got four chaos orbs. That was excellent. I'm loving this like league. Like it's small right now. Like, but you know, to get that many chaos orbs early on, like just getting 4C off that, fantastic. So if we want to, we can get some upgrades for our rings. That's where we could definitely use some upgrades. Our rings right now, not so hot. I guess we'll pick those up. Alright, so, ooh, what just dropped? An iron ring? Hey, oh, the Yugioh of all. It's like a fantastic ring to grab this early on. Honestly, yeah, awesome. So what it does is it gives us all attributes, increased damage, increased rarity, and like a decent amount of resistances. Really good. I'm going to replace this ring over here. But this ring does give us accuracy, so I need to make sure we stay... Oh, wait, 3,400. Oh, we're good. Yeah, the Yugioh of all will be great, and we're still maxed out on resistance. So this thing, yeah, this thing definitely need to be replaced. The Yugioh of all, let's see how much damage we got too. So we're at 12. Nice. Kind of maybe like about 1,000 more damage, which is good. That's like maybe like an 8 or 9% damage increase. And the Hoopovalk will usually they sell for like 1 Chaos Orb pretty consistently. But our other ring is still kind of meh. Our helmet is very meh, but I like the extra onslaught. I think this is something I will consistently get for leveling. Have I tried Predecessor? Is that a new game? It's called Predecessor, or is that like something in PoE? So this boss, how it works is these lasers, yeah, you don't want to step on them. The eggs, that doesn't really matter. You just do one-shot them anyways. No biggie. But these really help out because it tells you where the spider is going to be, because he's now over here because it's just shooting on the top right. There's eventually a point where like all of them go basically in a corner, and then he'll spit out some like stuff on the floor. So watch out for that. So that's Silk. He was supposed to be on our team, but then he's just like, I'm going to be the god. And the spider was like, no, I'm the god. He thought he could control it, but yeah, too bad for him. Rip Silk. But this boss I would say is pretty easy. I mean, there's not really a boss that's like hard until like Katava, which is like the end game boss. Before we get to like the end game boss. But like I should say the end campaign boss is a little bit challenging just because he does cover up a lot of the screen in terms of like what he can cover, and yeah, it can get kind of nasty. But let's go make it our way towards Act 8. But we could probably get a better helmet than Stark Hunters. I'm going to check Devoted Devotion. I'll mention some good things to go ahead and think about purchasing. If you want to purchase like some extra upgrades here. I mean, I could actually look at like a bow upgrade. Even though I know we just got this bow. It's fine. We played 1 Chaos Orb for it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just I would really like to get a 6th link, and literally within like the first 1 to 2 days, the amount of people selling really good 5 links, it just goes up. And so maybe we can get another upgrade, or we can just get a 6th link for really cheap. Most of the 6th links will be corrupted though, which is fine. Yeah, 30% movement speed is just super good. What is our current movement speed? 80% movement speed. Nice.
Goodbye.
Alright, let's talk about some upgrades. Alright, so I mentioned some helmet upgrades if we want to get a helmet upgrade. So we could just check it out. Let's go check it out together. Yeah, we could check out some extra upgrades. So upgrades that are great for like 1 2 Orb Alchemies, Rat's Nest. There's also something. So Rat's Nest has a lot more evasion rating, but we get movement speed and we get 15% attack speed. So what we're losing compared to our current one, which is Onslaught, which gives us 20/20, we lose 5 attack speed, we lose 10% movement speed, but we get a massive amount of evasion rating and a massive amount of crit strike chance. We can't benefit off of crit strike chance or crit damage because we can't do anything with it right now, but later it would be worth it. But it's just a massive amount of extra survivability, as we don't have very much armor to scale. We actually have like 100 armor right now. Now this is basically the same thing in terms of like the evasion rating, but it gives us 5 less attack speed, no movement speed, but a massive amount of extra life. Like 100 life is huge in PoE. But this could roll up to 100. But it's like 1 Chaos Orb, another cheap item. I want to look for some bows. So I'm looking for, on my filter of bows, I want a 6-link bow, corrupted. I'm just going to say any, just in case there's a non-corrupted one. I'm going to sort them by DPS. Not too many good options, honestly, right here. Because, like, another 200 DPS. Well, that has accuracy rating. That's kind of nice. And it has lightning. Not bad. I only have 4 Chaos Orbs to spend, though. But this one I put like I wanted to have lightning damage, but now let's search without lightning damage and see if we can get something a little bit better. Well, 400, no lightning damage, but it has physical damage, which I can convert. That could be an option, perhaps, if I want that. But I'm still looking for specifically having 3 green, so if I change these results, we could get better results. So not really an upgrade on bow. Let's go to 5 links. 5 links. If I'm doing a 5 link, it's probably not going to be corrupted, but it could be. But let's see my DPS. There's a 700 DPS bow. Wow, that is massive because we currently have like a 400, I believe. If I use my I have a tool like this thing over here. I think this will show it if I go to import. This is a great tool. It's called Path of Building. It's a community fork. Again, it's in part 1 if you guys want to download it, but this is just the way I'm checking out my damage. It's a great way. So we can go to our items over here and we can check out the total DPS is 512. So that's what we got right now. Right, the Honor Strike. Okay, so I mean another 200. This is going to be pretty big. If I had the currency to buy this, I mean, yeah, I would get it. Wait, it only has 1 green. I can't really use it. I need 3 green. This one would be great. It's a little bit less damage, but it doesn't have lightning. It's okay. I'll keep what I got right now. Sometimes it's okay to keep what you got, but I might want a better helmet. So I'm going to look for a helmet and maybe we'll buy one. So what we're looking for is life on the helmet. We also would like to get resistance. And there's also another item I want to look at called Devotion. It's a helmet. And it's because it gives us attack speed and movement speed. It gives us also chaos resistance. It gives us massive amount of armor and evasion rating. And it gives us some, well, reduced global fizz damage doesn't really matter too much because we deal elemental damage. This is not bad for 1 chaos orb. I mean, it gives us basically the same amount of stats. Like, we actually lose 4% attack speed to gain 50 dexterity, which will give us, I mean, what does this roll up to? It rolls up to, I mean, at the lowest, it's plus 100 accuracy rating, because dexterity gives us accuracy rating. It also helps us out with evasion, and we're getting another 600 evasion, which is phenomenal. So if you want to get Devotion, that's an option. If I want to get more movement speed, yeah, that would be a great option. I can also just look for something with resistance, or just anything with, like, life, basically. If we go to a helmet, I mean, this is kind of like broad, but if I want to see what's available, we can also look at getting some intelligence, because we need some for our, eventually we're going to get awaken added lightning damage, and that's going to require a lot of intelligence, so we can shoot for that. We can look for even uniques that would give us life. What does this one do? You get physical leech, reflects damage, 100% of damage you inflict to enemies is hit leech just life. Okay, but I would probably want something that has evasion rating, so I can also tick in over here. There's evasion, so maybe like, let's say 400 evasion rating, just so we can get something pretty nice. And then also let's do this. We'll put like 1 chaos orb, because I want to make sure you guys can buy the stuff too. I mean, the amulet, I mean, I spent 5 chaos on it, which, I mean, at this point, yeah, 5 chaos isn't too crazy. Sarconders is just probably one of the best ones, to be honest, and that's why I recommend it. How many items do we have over here? But we can also just look at resistances, as we're going to have another, like, set of negative resistances coming up once we finish the game. And we're way over capped right now. Devotion will actually give us chaos res. I might actually go for Devotion, just because it's cheap and we don't lose out on movement speed, and we don't really lose out on attack speed. We lose out on, like, how much physical? Not that much reduced physical damage, but it'll significantly increase our survivability. So 1 second. All right. Oh, question. What do you think? Can I play endgame maps if I haven't buy stash tab? Oh yeah. This game is awesome, Florin. You don't need to spend any money on this game. However, I would say the currency stash tab for $5, depending if it's on sale or not, is a really, really good thing to go ahead and purchase. Like, I think this game is worth $5. But there's, like, skins that you can get in the game, but they don't affect gameplay. There's nothing that really affects gameplay. There's sort of with, like, you could argue that stash tabs kind of make things a little bit faster for organization, but it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, looking at other options for, actually we don't want, this item makes it so we can't use chest piece. If it didn't work like that, then yeah, it'd be great. But we can actually tick in this box, which is really great, called non-unique. Where is it? Rarity. So we can item rarity, you can select any non-unique, which is fine. Or I can just do rare, it's basically the same. Alright, so we only have one thing ticked right now. We can actually, if we want to look at like plus intelligence, or like accuracy rating, let's see if we see anything that has like insane amount of accuracy rating. Like if there's like a huge, like 500 accuracy rating, that's pretty nice. That could be good. Do I want this? I keep on coming back looking at this because like I like this thing a lot. It's good armor. It doesn't have any life, and I should start thinking about getting some more life. But there's 72 results here. Like 400 accuracy is really good. Let's nothing below 300. This way we can kind of see if there's really anything. It's gonna give us a massive amount of extra like damage. There's an item called Abyssius that can give you massive amounts of damage, but it's also very bad for survivability, but it's noted. Alright, so we have some lightning resistance, some cold res. Nothing that really sticks out. I'm probably just going to get Devoted Devotion because I am a attack and movement speed fiend. And on top of that, it does give us some extra survivability. I mean, getting... this one's for 2 alks. Do I have 2 alks? That way I don't even have to spend a Chaos Orb. I have 1 alk. I don't really need a penny pinch. 45 dex is great because that's a massive amount of extra stats too. There's suppressed spell damage is great as well. This is probably way better. Oh dang, look at all these stats on this one. It gives us accuracy, evasion, 80 to life, fire res. Like some of these are like really nice for 1 chaos orb, and I still am here like, dude, I want this because I mean, the Chaos Res is like whatever. It's because move speed. But at this point, like, could I get Rat's Nest? Yeah, that is another option as well. Rat's Nest, we lose like 10% move speed, but Rat's Nest gives us the extra crit, which we can't benefit off of. It doesn't really matter right now. I definitely do want to replace my helm. So let's go ahead and actually grab... Spell Suppression is nice. These are all 300 accuracy minimum. I mean, some of these just give so much stats. I might just grab this one. This one is 16 fire res. Let's just type in resistance. Resistance. Total resistance. And then I'm just going to click whichever one gives me the most amount of total res. Oh, it's that one. I don't even have 2 orb alchemy. So if I gave him a chaos orb, he would accept it anyways. But this is 500 evasion. Okay, and it has increased rarity. Increased rarity is like, it's a usable stat. We'll go ahead and pick up this one. I think this one would be great. This one gives us extra energy shield as well. It gives us cold res instead. 92 to max life. What's that one? Again, most of the stuff doesn't really matter. I'll go for this one though. I mean, it's 1 chaos orb. If he doesn't respond, we'll just get the other one. We could definitely use a better ring. Our current ring gave us some extra fire res, so actually what I should be looking for is one that has 20 fire resistance, so I can just get a ring that has massive amounts of stats. Fire res. Oh, it's that one again. This is 24 fire res. This one would be good too. So let's see if we can whisper this guy, because the other guy didn't respond, so we go to the next one. There we go. And I do need to get some red sockets. So if I need to move colors, this is something in the game too. It's a very relevant thing, moving colors. Okay. There we go. Oh, this requires us to be level 70. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. I didn't pay attention. That happens. Don't worry about it if it happens. But level 58, that's kind of like, I kind of want something now. That's why I was buying it. It's fine though. We can still use that when the time comes. But I have to go to filters and I have to change this to, let's say, a level Would it be 58? I mean, up to level 60 would be okay, I'd say. So level maximum 60 as a requirement. And let's see if any even show up. There's literally only one. And it doesn't even have fire res, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to go back to this filter. I'm going to lower these numbers. Let's say 250 and let's say like 60 life. And then I just want to have fire resistance. And the number of fire res we need is to get maximum would be 21. So 21 fire res would put us at perfect. Let's see if we can find an item. There are no items that meet those requirements. Let's see if we just lower these numbers a little bit. Let's see if we get lucky. Okay, there we go. We got 2 more items to check out. This one gives us the fire res. And this one's a red, and this one has 4 sockets, so it makes things a little bit more lenient. Oh, it has 39. This is significant more fire res, but it has, like, what's the difference? Oh, this one gives intelligence. I'm going for this one. Don't even need to think twice. But yeah, I'll always be sure to make sure of like what the level requirements were. Don't done goof like me, but it happens sometimes. All right, now we're gonna go teleport to his hideout, and we're gonna get that helmet that we can actually use. Perfect. Make sure it's the correct item, and we are good to go. Let's go back, and now that we got the helmet, I also want to get a ring upgrade. So we're gonna move this to over here, and now we have some extra gems that we can maybe kind of move around. So we can't move around the mark on hit. I can move the precision over here though, and then this way we can maybe get our like armor situated a little bit better over here by making this like a 4-link. Then we can put Siege Ballista in here, and it'll just kind of be a movement thing where we just move some stuff. So now that we got that, let's look for a better ring. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look for a better ring. So we're going to go type in ring, and then we're going to type in like lightning damage. So we did lose out on some movement speed. We can run a flask that gives us onslaught called a what is it? Not anybody. Not chance. What's the? It's not a Quicksilver flask. Onslaught. The flask isn't called an onslaught flask. It's a silver flask. Okay, so we can just go to search items, silver flask, and we will hit search, and it'll be relatively cheap. Oh, we don't want this one though, because this one only lasts 1 second. So we want item rarity, non-unique, and we'll hit search, and let's go ahead and if we can. Oh, there's one for 1 vault orb. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's not there. 1 chaos orb, it's fine. We'll just get this so we can still have onslaught pretty much 100% of the time. It's kind of expensive for 1 chaos orb, but early on it's like there's not that many. What we'd ideally want for our onslaught flask is like crit. Do we see one with crit? Gain charge when you crit. Avoid. I don't want to avoid. I want to be like immune to it. I mean, I'll eventually get it, so it's okay. But if there's like increased duration, less duration, but your immunity freeze. Okay. Let's go ahead and just whisper this one, so we get that. Okay, so now we're gonna get an onslaught flask from this guy, and then with the last one, we'll get the ring. So we'll wait for him. We can't go to where he's at, but he's going to his hideout. A lot of this stuff. Okay, we're like what 113. Okay, not too bad. I try not to make these videos too long, but like some of the stuff you just gotta learn about them. All right, and this is all part of the game. I think we could drop our mana flask. I love having 2 Quicksilver flasks, so I don't really want to drop that. Could even drop my like granite flask perhaps. But okay, so now that we've got an upgrade on this, we have this gave us, even though it only says 72 life, all the extra bonus life percent that factors in. So like 72 life, it's giving us like over 100 and something life. All right, so this we'll save for later. What is this actually giving us? That's great. It just gives us the fire res. Oh, this gives us fire res anyways. Okay, well, it's fine. We can sell this if we want to, but it doesn't really matter too much. Now, this helmet here, we're done with this. We're done with this. We were running this. Maybe we'll think about dropping like the life. Well, maybe we could drop this too. But I want to get a better ring. So what we're looking for in terms of rings, or going to be a ring that has adds to lightning damage. That's what we want. So we want as much as possible in terms of lightning damage. Okay. We also have to check the requirement on level, but this could be nice. It gives us lightning resistance. So some of these, okay, let's show filters, and let's put, what is it? What do we have for Chaos Orbs? We got 1 Chaos Orb. Oh, no, we got 3. We got 3 Chaos Orbs to our name. So let's go ahead and search for items within that price range. So Chaos Orbs minimum, oh wait, not minimum, maximum 3 is what we're looking to pay. We want to see what we can get. So let's see. So this is adding intelligence, increased life, that's good. Intelligence, life, and it adds lightning damage. That's pretty good. Let's see. Some of these will have like reservation efficiency, damage resistance. I'd rather get like one of these that gives us multiple like elemental damage things, because a lot of these will be based off of like Herald of Thunder or something related to like the buff of Herald of Thunder. We don't really benefit off of that right now. I mean, it's not bad to run, but like I'd rather have Grace and Precision because we get way more damage in total with that. We could look at just different elemental damages as well. But we're currently completely maxed out on resistances, right? As long as we have all these capped out, we're good. We're going to lose another 30. So if I was to look for one that had a resistance, I would ideally look for one that has like some fire resistance. So once again, we'll type in fire res, and then we'll also type in life, because we want some upgrades here, right? That's what we're looking for. And at least like 30 life, at least 10 fire res, because I don't. Okay, cool. We got 18 results over here. This one has intelligence. Remember, we're gonna need a lot of intelligence, and we'll get more and more as time goes on. This one has increased lightning damage, adds lightning damage, and adds cold damage. That's kind of cool. Let's see what we got. And you can sort them by whatever stat that you want to prioritize the most. But what I'm looking for is anything that could be really good. I mean, there's only 18. I could probably look at all of these. And sometimes like I will look at all of these, but I'm trying not to make this video super long. Oh, there's some more accuracy rating. Increased rarity. Okay. Okay, so you know what? There's enough ones with like results here where I would just go for perfect fire resistance. Like as in like after the Katava, I will still have max, and there's only 2 results. So it kind of makes it easier for me. So we have the fire resistance. Oh, there's double fire res on that one. Okay, so we have 2 choices. This one has accuracy. This one's way better. But this one is also 3 Chaos Orbs. Do I want to spend 3 Chaos Orbs? I mean, it's not bad. Like, what's the difference on this? So this one has, it's about the same in life. We get fire instead of cold damage. That one has accuracy. It has increased maximum mana. I mean, I'm just here to buy this one because it's literally cheaper. So we can still have 2 Chaos Orbs later to get. We need to get a better armor. Definitely need a better armor. If we can't buy this one, though, we might just buy the other one. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So wait for him to do his thing, and while we're waiting for him, oh, okay, we're good. We're gonna actually look at some armors, and that'll be the last part. Okay, we're almost 1 hour and 20 in here, but again, that's all important knowledge. I don't think we're gonna get an armor though. There we go. Bam. And now we've got all our resistances, and even later down the line, we're gonna still have enough resistances. And the last thing that I want to do is look at armors. So what I would like to do is I want a 6-link, or we can look at try to look at a 5-link Fox Shade, because I love movement speed. Fox Shade. We can look at a 5-link Fox Shade, see if it exists. 20? No one's paying 20 for that. Maybe if it was a 6-link, like, sure, but 57 cancel. I mean, it's actually like not bad for an armor, but I would actually just rather look at any 6-link. It's gonna be cheaper to get a bow 6-linked, but I mean, I could look at like a 4-link Fox Shade, and it'd be 1 Chaos Orb. And what I would do with this, if I wanted to, I'm not really gonna care too much. I would try to move all of these gems. Like I'd put like I would roll this one to have red, and then just move all the ones that I'm not using. Like I guess I'm using all those. This one I cannot re-roll the colors of because it's corrupted unless I want to use Vault Orbs, which I'm not interested in doing. But I would look for one that I could put in Siege Ballista and have like extra support gems with it to get a little bit more damage out of the Siege Ballista. But it's mainly used right now as a distraction, and I would like to have multiple totem support so I can summon more of them, but they deal less damage. But it distracts the enemy a little bit. And this pair of these probably could be replaced right now if I just want stat stick. Again, stat stick meaning they would have like life and resistances, but we're all good on resistances right now, so I don't really need to do anything. I think we're pretty good in the current state. So right now, let's go ahead and call it for part 7, Act 7. But if you enjoyed it, drop a like on your way out. Appreciate it. It helps the channel. And I will see you guys on part 8, Act 8. There's 10 acts total, and we're almost done. We're almost towards the end of the game. But anyways, catch you next one. Peace.